Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mercury Intuition 22.2. I am back in the flesh. I hope everyone is having a blessed day today. Okay. So this message is not gonna be for everybody. All right. This message here is for a particular person. This person who you are trying to find your niche. You trying to find your niche, baby. You like, oh Lord, I'm lazy. I know I said I was gonna do this, I was gonna do that, I was gonna start that business, I was gonna get them LLCs, I was gonna start that content creating, I was gonna apply for that job application. This message here is for you. But I'm here to talk to you about why you have not started this new beginning yet. Yes, it's because you lazy shit. I'm lazy, okay? This is why I have not been on YouTube for a whole year, because I've been stagnant, okay? And also, I've been having a lot of other things going on in my life. Child, we don't even want to talk about it, okay? We don't want to talk about it, but I've been having some things going on in my life, and now I'm finding myself to get back centered. In the midst of my centeredness, I don't even know that's a word, but in the middle of my centeredness, God has been, delivering these spiritual messages and downloads to me. So I want to share them to you guys because He's giving them to me, right? So the other day, I was talking to my cousin, and my cousin was telling me how she wanted to make extra money. So she was getting on, I think it's called Etsy. She was getting on Etsy. She was making her crafts. She's into like making journals where you can save money. Okay. So when I looked at the idea, I said, "Oh, that's a nice idea." And I said, "Girl, I've been, wanting to create me a book. I've been wanting to do me a journal. I've been wanting to do a calendar." And she was like, "Girl, only thing you gotta do is get on Canva." And I was like, "Yeah, I can get on Canva and do all that." So after she left, I came in my room, and the Holy Spirit just was talking to me. Okay, He was just talking to me, and He was like, "Girl, the reason why you ain't did that calendar." Okay, I don't know how y'all God talk to me, but mine's talk to me direct. Okay, he be like, "Girl, you is not finna do that calendar. You don't want to make that journal. You know why? Cause you ain't did it yet." But another reason, and God spoke to me about this. See, it's like it's that copycat energy. I'm not with the copycat energy. Back in the days, I used to be like that, but I'm older and wiser now, so I know like how to stay in my lane. So whoever I'm talking to now, I don't want you to get things mixed up. I don't want you to get things misconstrued. I want you to understand why this plan that you had is not working for you, boo boo. Okay? The reason why it's not working for you, because it's not for you. See, what happens is you got your coworkers, you got your siblings, you got your classmates, your friends, strangers, and you see them creating. You see them perfecting their craft. And you're like, I want to do that. I want to do that. But I just ain't did it yet. See, you get on that computer, you get on your phone, you get on Google, you get on YouTube, and you start looking at your computer and you start realizing everything that you got to do to create that journal, that calendar, go back to school, wherever you had in your head that you want to do. And you thinking to yourself, "Ooh, that's a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do that." The next you know, your head hurting, you're hungry, you shut your phone, you go downstairs or go in your kitchen and make you some food. Baby, that because it was not for you. See, let me tell y'all this. This is my story. This is how I found my niche. When I was younger, y'all, my grandma, I used to go to her house every weekend. I was young, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And every time I went to her house, she used to always make me clean up. I am not lying. I used to have to Windex all the glasses. My grandma old school, so she still got a china cabinet. Okay, so the china cabinet, I used to have to take all the silver and gold out and polish it. Her bookshelves, I used to have to take all the books down and clean the bookshelves with soap and hot water and put them back up. I cleaned up at my grandma's house every weekend, guys. Every weekend. To the point that when I grew up, I realized I was the black Cinderella. Cause my auntie and my daddy and stuff, they were going out and doing what they was doing in life, even though they was older than me, but still. But I'm like, what going on now? But I had to stay at the house with my grandma and clean the bookshelves, shine up the silver and the gold, clean all the glass with Windex that was in the house. Okay. So as I got older, got about around about 14 or 15, I was like, I ain't going over my house no more. I'm not doing all that no more. So I got a little mature. I started hanging out with my friends. I got in middle school, I got in high school, and basically that ended just a tad bit, because I ain't gonna lie, I still go to my grandma's house to this day, and I go in her house right now, and if I see that floor dirty, that carpet need vacuuming, that trash taken out, y'all, I'm that girl. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because it was all she had already set me up for it. I used to get mad for being the black Cinderella, but then it has brought me to where I am today. Okay, so I said all that to say this. Sometimes when you young, some of y'all niches, right? The things that you like to do, the things that you are creative with, they come from your childhood. You ever notice, like, when you were a child, you like to sing or dance, but you never went to school to sing or dance? Or you like to flip around the house, you like to do backflips and cartwheels, but you never went to school to be a gymnast, do gymnastics, but you still was talented. It was still in you. Somebody in your family installed this into you, this playfulness spirit, right? So what I want to say is, some of y'all niches is from y'all childhood. See, when I was a child, I used to like to create scripts. I used to like to story tell, you know. I used to like to do a lot of playful things. And when I got older, my mindset said that I had to go find a job, a job, okay? Because that's what my family said. They said I had to go find a job. But during the years of having a job, I was like, I don't want to work for nobody else. I don't like the fact that they're getting rich while I'm staying poor. I just don't like that. I want to be in control of myself. I want to have authority over my own things. I want to make my own money. And today, the niche from my past has become my future. Okay? Now, I have a cleaning business. You get what I'm saying? Like, what I was doing when I was a child, it developed me to be where I'm at now, to have my own cleaning business, baby. Okay? So, your niche, I want you to reach back there. Reach back there in that bag. It's a bag back there. Or your past memories, your childhood, things that you used to do when you was younger. See, you don't understand that's your niche. That's why you so uncomfortable at them people jobs. That's why you so hard-headed. You don't want no job. You like, I don't want to fill out the application. I don't even want to work here. I don't even want to do that. Because that is not your purpose. Also, this video is about your niche, but it's also for me to help you get to your soul purpose, okay? And this is what God wanted me to deliver to you, all right? Your niche is somewhere in your childhood. It's something that you did. It's something that filled your heart. It's something that gave you inspiration. It's something that you like to do. You hear me now? You ever heard If you're doing something that makes you happy, you're not going to think about like money or stress or anything like that. Yeah, that's your niche right there. It's your passion. It's something that you really like to do. And this is why I'm making this video today. Because I want you to understand that you need to go back there in that past. See, a lot of people don't want to go in that past. But I'm giving you permission. God giving you permission. Go back there, dig through that bag, and go get all them crayons, them pencils, them coloring books, them notebooks, and you get to working, baby. And you start creating. Whoever I'm talking to, you want to be like a storyteller. Write a book. Write a script. Somebody want to be an actress, an actor. You ain't too old. Hey, you better go catch one of them Country Wayne skits. I'm telling you, it is not too late for you to live your dream. And it's not. And I had to tell my cousin that. She was like, girl, I'm too old. I said, no, you're not. You're not too old to create, baby. Creating is an infinitive energy. It lives on and on and on and on. Creativity never stops. Even if you can't move your dang on body, you got it in your head. You know what I'm saying? You could be able to tell somebody want to be a teacher. That was one of my callings. My grandma called that out for me when I was a young child. I used to always play with my Barbies, and I would sit under the table. Don't ask me why. But I used to sit up under the table and play with my Barbies, and I would pretend like they at school. And I would get my paper and my pencil, and I would be teaching them. And one day my grandma came up to me and she said, you gonna be a great teacher one day. And I looked at her. I said, I don't want to be no teacher. I don't want to teach no bad kids. That's what I told her. But when I grew older, I realized that teachers are not just in school. Teachers are in church. Teachers are online now. Teachers are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I said all that to say this. The reason why you haven't found your niche yet, see, your classmates, your friends, your siblings, they going out and doing their thing. Some of y'all want to be copycatters. I ain't talking about everybody, but them copycatters back there, you see somebody doing something, you like, oh, I want to do that. You see them making easy money. It's coming to them easily, and you think it's going to come to you easily, but it's not, because it's not yours. It's not your sole purpose. It's not your mission. So that's why you have not developed those skills. That's why you too lazy. That's why you over there overeating. Because you haven't found your niche. That's their niche, not your niche. So today, I want you to sit back and I want you to think about this. I want you to think about, what was I doing as a child? What brought me happiness? What brought me passion? What brought me joy? That's something I want you to do. That's an assignment. That's homework for you guys today. Okay? So, I hope you like this message. Subscribe if you want to. Comment if you want to. Say, I'm going to find my niche, baby. Alright? And this message is definitely for you. And I hope that you enjoy it. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.